What's up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another XRP update. If you want daily crypto news, be sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. One take, uncut, wish me luck. So, before going into my point with recent news of Bitso, we remember back in February of this year, Ripple the company sent approximately $54 million worth of XRP to Mexico in just a single week. This is massive, of course, because we know that this approximately accounted for 10%, I believe, of all the volume between the US dollar and the Mexican peso corridor. Can we even fathom what this will look like when this market in utility truly grows, where even between the US dollar and Mexican peso we could see 100 million a week, or even 200 million a week, and then we could account between other direct currency pairs because we're aware of the combinations that can be created. This is powerful, and also plot twist, this is only on-demand liquidity, which is Ripple's use case. We forget about everything else that is being built on the XRP ledger. And yes, it is fun to speculate, but it's going to be even more fun to witness the utility growing. All right. And also at the end of this video, guys, I want to show you something you may like. It's going to be going over briefly XRP, gold, and silver. So without further ado, so we have this back in Feb. We know 54 million in XRP. We can see right here, Ripple's partner Bitso is aiming to service about 20% of the remittance market between the US and Mexico. Now, if you're a newcomer, we have to be aware of multiplier effects as well. These firms, they can custody crypto for the first time in history. So this could be very, very powerful. We've seen David Schwartz speculate, giving you his $10 XRP, $120 XRP scenario. So just wanted to share that. All right. Ripple joined the ranks of, UBS, which is RippleNet, PayPal. We know some big developments for them. And we're going to keep a close eye on this. So right here. So we're talking about the $54 million in transactions. We can see here, that's 7.5% of all flows from the US dollar to Mexican peso. That's up from 3% in December. Guys, this is the digital asset you hold that financial institutions are using. Yes, it's starting out slow. Yes, the price is low. That's when it is a buying opportunity, not financial advice, but this is the way I see things. When you can see what they're servicing and how fast they're helping other firms scale and save money. You already know the benefits of blockchain and DLT. We go on and on and on about it, but this is a reminder. Remember, when in doubt, zoom out. Ignore the current price. Ignore the days when we're down 10% or even up 20%. I am not waiting for $10. I'm waiting for real money. I'm waiting for substantial returns. All right. So another Ripple partner, we can see Bitso processing 10% of MoneyGram's flows. Remember, we owned a good 10% plus stake in MoneyGram, referring to Ripple. So we'll keep an eye on this. Of course, you guys remember the CEO, Daniel, I believe, Vogel. He was kind of going over this and talking about 20%. And that is just one on-demand liquidity partner as well. So yeah, the sky is the absolute limit. Can you fathom what it will be like when we're going through, India, Brazil, and we're also expanding to Brazil. So let's get into that next point, because the Brazilian real will be a on-demand liquidity corridor, no doubt. So we have Roth Economy sharing this. Bitso, a Ripple invested exchange, no surprise, moves 10% of the US Mexican remittances and is expanding to Brazil. Well, earlier this summer, what did we see? We had Ripple meeting with the Central Bank of Brazil, to no surprise, one of the BRICS nations as well, straying away from the SWIFT system. So yes, you could absolutely see them seeing the value add in fintechs like Ripple, enabling essentially a way to go outside of SWIFT or just enable better transparency and efficiency within the system. All right, so they intend to offer financial products similar to a bank and across Latin America. They are an on-demand liquidity partner using XRP. This is very exciting, and again, this is on Forbes, but essentially, remember, we even had Graham Bright back in the day of Euro XM Bank talking about it. Now we saw the chairman of Euro XM Bank talking about utilizing XRP. It's so funny because in 2017, they call this crazy, but this is happening. And yes, I wish it happened faster, but you know what? You know what I believe is just like Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, said in economics. Things take longer than we think they will to happen, but when they happen faster than we think. Love that. So right here, Ripple-backed Bitcoin and crypto exchange Bitso reveals $62 million funding round to conquer Brazil. Now remember, Brazil, we have Pix, we have Facebook Libra competing for all of that in this market share, because this is a huge emerging market. We can look at e-commerce, we can look at remittance, we can see all of this. And yes, there is massive demand. I know we've talked about even mobile banking for some of these populations. Right here, as much as 70% of Latin America's population are thought to lack access to a bank account. Now, of course, there's plenty of room to help everybody throughout Latin America do this, but the truth is, these fintechs, there's a demand, or there's friction, there's opportunity for them to make money as well and enable peer-to-peer transactions, peer-to-peer communication, messaging in a distributed, trusted manner. So yes, there's going to be value all around and plenty of room for many cryptos to win, and I'm just happy that XRP is really positioning itself to make a big difference. All right, let me see if there's anything else I missed here. Just speed reading. All right. Next up. So we have PayString now, guys, just giving a public service announcement to avoid the potential confusion and trademark concerns. Because remember, they used to be PayID, but it seems that maybe Australia won this, court case. We're not really sure. We can speculate on it. Bottom line is PayID now, the Ripple Initiative or the Ripple X Open Payments Coalition Initiative, is called PayString. All right. So like a string of connections, PayString continues to make the world of payments more connected and interoperable. Join us at paystring.org is the new website. Now, for any newcomers, if you send crypto, you get the gist. It's very confusing sometimes when you're a newcomer. If you're older and you're on your phone using Coinbase or receiving crypto, sending it to a friend, you're putting in all these long serial numbers essentially. Well, look at this. They're making this like email essentially to send money. So how we have phone numbers or an email. Imagine sending it to johndoe.crypto or, utilizing PayID. You can send cryptocurrency as simple as an email. So right here, the Universal Payment Identifier, a better way for users to send and receive payments. So if you have a Chase bank account, imagine you have, an account and it'll say, money sign instead of the @ sign with Chase, something like that. So let's watch this quick video clip for all you newcomers. I want to show you this. I think it's like maybe 1 minute long.
Let's face it, would you send emails if they look like this? So why are we sending money this way? Especially when address mistakes can make transactions fail. Or worse, make money go missing. But here's a fix. PayString. PayString is a universal payment identifier that turns complicated strings of numbers and letters into an intuitive format you can remember, like an email address, making it easier and faster to send and receive money in any currency across any payment network. Setting up your own PayString is simple. Connect in minutes to a supporting wallet or exchange, and you can even map all your wallets and accounts to a single PayString. Since PayString is an open protocol, it's straightforward for any developer to integrate with an existing application. PayString is supported by a coalition of leading exchanges, wallets, and banks, reaching over 100 million users. So join the movement that's connecting payments to people. PayString.
The movement connecting payments to people. Love that. Notice also, this was all created by Ripple, 100 million plus users in this Open Payments Coalition, as said in the video. And we see that this symbol is essentially a very similar look to ILP Interledger Protocol created by Ripple to bridge different ledgers. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation utilizes it. HyperLedger. There are no coincidences in the space, folks. I do not know how anybody can turn a blind eye to the digital asset space and this transfer of wealth that is coming. All right. So also to briefly touch on this, guys, Unstoppable Domains, links are in the video description. Mine obviously is kevincage.crypto in the top right of this video. It's a domain, so you can create your own domain and sync it. So notice it syncs with Coinbase Wallet, Trust. I know a lot of people like Atomic. I actually used Trust Wallet last night, scanned the QR code and sent my buddy some XRP in person. So really fun just to see that application. And of course, XRP got from Trust Wallet to Coinbase within 3 to 5 seconds. Now, sometimes, Coinbase, Binance, other exchanges, they might take a while to show you that your XRP's actually arrived, but over the ledger, it does settle in 3 to 5 seconds. Now, sometimes those destination tags you have, think of it like, your hotel room. The hotel is an exchange, and the hotel room, the number, say room 300, is your tag. It's how it gets there, so it'll notify you a little later. Overall, though, XRP settles in 3 to 5 seconds. Super powerful stuff. Also, what's your crypto address? Instead of that long serial number, you can do whatever you want. You could do a sportsteam.crypto, smile.crypto, johndoe.crypto, whatever you'd like. And there's plenty of other benefits besides just bridging, ADA, VeChain, XRP, XLM, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all to a single address, which is super, super convenient for me. But we can do all kinds of things and interoperable with Coinbase.com. So short and sweet video, guys, right here. Coinbase, kevincage.crypto, no destination tag, nothing confusing. Send $5 of XRP to me right on Coinbase, and boom, perfection. All right, so anyways, let's keep going now. So next up, we have, remember, RippleX, this whole initiative, and what is at the bottom? XRP Ledger for settlements. We have to keep an eye on this, of course. Essentially making building development for the XRP Ledger for money. And notice we have PayString at the very top, or one of the protocols, I should say, for addressing interledger messaging. All right. Next, I want to cover this. So Brad Garlinghouse of Ripple saying this: our industry celebrates when institutions and regulators publicly laud real use cases. For example, the SEC, Treasury highlighting using crypto for payments, but balks at the idea that KYC, know your customer, AML, anti-money laundering, is a fundamental part of a robust financial system that protects consumers from scams and bad actors, which is absolutely important. Notice, reasonable in, of course, air quotes, I should say, oversight is necessary if we want crypto to be the infrastructure of the next generation financial system. With potential new US guidance for non-custodial crypto wallets, let's not forget the end goal of all of this: to build a more inclusive and efficient financial system for all. And that is what I preach on this channel. DLT, of course, there's a plethora of benefits, but I believe that if we do not make a more financially inclusive, or just inclusive world to data and information, or value, I should say, overall, DLT has failed. And that is just my belief. Right here, protecting consumers has to be part of that. I'm not against privacy. I'm against bad actors taking advantage of anonymous transactions. I've said many, many times before, KYC, AML matter for crypto to move from the fringes to an integral part of our global financial system. Love it, all right? And let me know your thoughts, guys. I know there's been tons of FUD with, cold storage wallets, and, people are over speculating with certain things. But of course, Brian Armstrong of Coinbase did put out some pretty interesting information. So I guess it might not be over speculation. But nonetheless, whenever the market goes up or down in big moves, there is always FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. This is another day in the life of the cryptocurrency market, the most dangerous, the most volatile, but the most nascent market in the world. So just buckle up. Next up. Right here, Anders L sharing this: imagine transferring money all over the world and or between different assets, converting assets right away, all in a couple of seconds at almost no cost. Like, we're talking sub pennies. Remember Michael Arrington of Arrington Capital, good friends with Brad Garlinghouse, sent $50 million via XRP. And what did he say? It got there in 3 to 5 seconds, and it costed what? Like 30 cents? Absolutely insane. All right, this is reality. This technology exists today. This is bigger than what we think. Do not think small. This is the internet of value. They don't call it the internet of small value. Now, there's going to be many assets that win, many altcoins. There's a lot of opportunities. So please do your own research. Decide for yourselves, guys. I don't blame people for my losses, but I'm not going to thank them for my wins either. Take responsibility. And again, very, very exciting. Right here, Euro stablecoin launched on Stellar by one of Europe's oldest banks. I know in the previous videos we went over probably 3 banks that are already custodying and getting into cryptocurrency services. Please understand, this is not like they just decided to do this because Bitcoin's all-time high. When price goes down, and I saw Torre make a good point, and he was saying, the market, whenever price goes down, everybody on Twitter says, oh, manipulation. Well, the market's very early, so why isn't it manipulation when the prices go up as well? Or is that just because it doesn't fit your narrative or everyday people's narratives? And it's just funny to see that. All right. So the Euro B, is fully regulated and backed 100% by euros. So we have these stable coins. Now remember, there's an issue of trust, and that's why I like the XRP Ledger potentially talking about algorithmic stablecoins, because everything else basically, USDC to an extent, Tether especially, is based off trust. And we criticize, the Fed for its printing practices, but we should look at Tether as well. It's artificially inflated this market, so you can keep an eye on this. Now, of course, this market is going to skyrocket past these current prices. This is nothing, a drop in the bucket, but we have to be aware of these things as well. All right. So counterparty risk is a massive thing to get over. We have to keep an eye on this. So we have this Germany's, I'm not even going to pronounce this bank, where BVHD has launched a Euro stablecoin on the Stellar network. Now, we've seen what? We've seen France, the Central Bank of France, talk about Ethereum and XRP building central bank digital currencies, at least to even be on them or be interoperable with these protocols, these blockchains, these networks. Same concept for Stellar. I mean, I've seen central bank digital currency document talk with Stellar, with Ukraine. I've seen it with several countries. Same concept for Ethereum and XRP. So notice, I am supporting the regulated crypto assets. Privacy coins, I get it. I love it. But if they break down the barriers to entry for privacy coins and destroy the liquidity, it's going to be quite hard. So I get the value of owning privacy coins. I support that if that's what you guys do, but I really do not own too many privacy coins. Right now, could that be a massive mistake? Could I miss out on a bunch of money? Potentially, but yeah, just sharing, my thoughts on the matter. I'd much rather hold XRP, XLM, obvious ties, years and years and years of developments with some of the biggest players in the game. All right. So we can see here, Bitbond, of course, talks about that. And then we also know, and thank you for Critical Truther for tagging me and just reminding me here. So we can see in February 2021, we'll actually see that USDC, the stablecoin by Circle, is expected to go live on Stellar. So very exciting, of course. USDC, we already know their connections with. One of my favorites, Algo, in the Algorand Foundation. Should be no surprise. Remember that ISO framework or that ISO family, the interledger family picture I showed you guys that Matt in the community built with XTC, Algo, XLM, XRP, etc. So it's all connected. Do not be fooled. All right. So going through this little FAQ page, we can go through this. I encourage all of you guys to do this. This is on stellar.org and just read about USDC, understand Center, understand Circle with Jeremy Allaire, making some very big predictions. And also, I'm just seeing this for the first time right here. Remember, they're backed by IDG Capital. Who invested into IDG Capital early on? They invested into Ripple early on, I should say. Look at this. Baidu, Tencent, some of the biggest groups in the world. Notice offices, Boston, New York, Dublin, London. Well, that's funny because I know for a fact that Ripple has offices in London. I know we have Dublin. I know we have New York. I'm not sure about Boston, but MIT is all in Boston. And guess what? Who else is in Boston and supported by MIT? Algorand Foundation, Algorand, Circle. You could argue that Ripple's connected with them highly. We can now see that XLM has some obvious relationships and developments. It's very, very interesting to see all of this happen. So what does this mean for USDC? Essentially, guys, more developers, more on-ramps, potentially more liquidity, putting world currencies on a single platform, connecting everything, unlocking a new realm of payment-related applications for USDC. And I try to say this a lot, but I feel like I get questions all the time, and people always ask my thoughts on XLM. I hold XLM. I like XLM. I hold way more XRP than XLM, though, just because of the things I've seen. But I think it's foolish for me to turn my back on any assets that, are speaking at IMF panels or anything like that, all right? And of course, Jed McCaleb has some deep ties to, the Federal Reserve as well. So, and I have plenty of conspiracies about that, but the way I see it, guys, is yes, I entertain conspiracies. I entertain all thoughts and try to do that without fully accepting the idea. And, I don't invest on conspiracies. That is just icing on the cake if those conspiracies play to be true in the future. All right. So anyways, encourage you guys to look into this big time. Do not sleep on XLM. There is definite, interest in this ecosystem, whether it's, retail and CBDCs and, actually issuing tokens on top of these platforms. We see Ethereum with wide adoption. Do not sleep on Ethereum. Do not turn your back. I know I bash Bitcoin because of performance. I still love Bitcoin. Do I bash Ethereum sometimes because of its limited capabilities? To an extent, but I hold it and I think it's going to do extremely well in the future. There's so much adoption and so much interest, but the same thing goes for XRP. So keep an open mind. Tribalism is just so silly in this ecosystem because I think there's going to be many winners. And I know we say this, well, we have to catch, they say all boats rise, during a tide. So all these cryptos will do well when the flood comes, right? Well, my question to get a little deeper into that, and I guess it's not really deeper, is who has the best boat? So I want to find the best boats, the best crypto assets to hold, and where's the best part of the wave to catch? Because what if XRP moves before the others, and then I can take some of those profits? I'm holding XRP for life, but I will take some profits potentially and swing to another and then catch that wave. Or will it all be at one time? Does Bitcoin move first and pull the rest? That is kind of the game that we're playing. So that's what I like to think about. All right. And last but not least, and then we'll go over the charts. So we got Prepared Man. I like how Mark keeps changing his name. We have 853,000 new claims in 1 week. This is shared by Gold Telegraph. Jobless claims surged last week, guys. Initial jobless claims programs rose by 137,000 to 853,000. The number of Americans on ongoing unemployment benefits jumped by 230,000 or from there to 5.76 million in the week ended November 28th. This is the first increase since August. We have to pay attention to this. Do not be distracted by the Dow Jones going to all-time high, and all good and great and everybody's preaching it. Potentially, and we have to explore this and we have to look at both possibilities. What if the Dow Jones, will it keep, climbing during a pandemic? It could. I'm not going to rule it out, but we also have to look at both sides and entertain both sides so we are properly prepared and hedged for this market. So just keep asking yourselves when all of this is happening, where everyday people are distracted by the Dow Jones and Bitcoin, will institutions pump this market up once and for all in the coming weeks, which would be bullish, and I would love nothing more than that. And I'm ready for that, and I'm sure you guys are too. Or option 2, will they manipulate it one last time to buy the dip before the real show begins, which is bearish. Now remember, there's really 2 options for XRP in my mind. It's either get rich now or get rich later. Obviously, I prefer getting rich now, but I just want to entertain those ideas, and so we're prepared for all options. So in my reasoning as well is just looking here. So we have XRP on the left, we have silver, ticker XAG, and gold, XAU. So we're just looking at these both all on the weekly across the board. And remember, I used to kind of joke around again, during summertime and even spring when silver was, 15 cents, 18 cents, and XRP was silver, sorry, not 15 cents, $15 or even $24. And XRP used to always be even with it, minus the decimal places. So when silver was $18, XRP was 18 cents. And on July 4th, they were all $17.76. So we had 17 cents for XRP, we had silver at $17, and we had gold at $1,700, and it was all $17.74, moving the decimal place. Now that is absolutely crazy. Was it just a self-fulfilling prophecy and a coincidence, or is there some crazy symbolism behind this? You tell me. All right, literally Independence Day, very interesting. So typically XRP and silver kind of followed each other, one or the other. Sometimes silver would go up to, 30 cents or $30, then XRP would do the same thing. That's just a little fun trend. I obviously think it could be absolutely nothing, but I like to watch that. So we have, XRP, we rocketed. Silver didn't quite reach that high. So I like to play games and pretend that one market is leading in front of the other, or they switch off, and just want to look at that and give a healthy perspective. So the bullish scenario, yeah, XRP, we fly. Bitcoin goes past 20K with ease. It pulls XRP to it, plus $1 easily. Remember, when Bitcoin was 20K and after that run up, we went up to almost $4 per XRP in 2018. So we cannot rule anything out. But on the other hand, and of course silver, I hold silver, haven't bought it in a while. I bought a lot in spring when I was showing everybody. But essentially, bullish scenarios, why wouldn't you be able to see a 3-digit silver? Why is that out of the realm of possibility? Gold, come on. In the future, in the years ahead, 10K easily. I don't understand why people would not think that. If you guys listen to even like Jim Rickards a lot, he likes XRP, he likes XLM, he likes silver, he likes gold. I think he's a smart dude, and we have to pay attention to these trends. Robert Kiyosaki, etc. Also, so bearish scenarios, where would we go? Look at these March lows, guys. That's $11. Could we maybe see a higher low? Could we ever revisit those? Possibly. Would we ever see an $18 silver once again? If that's the case, I'll probably buy some. Same thing with XRP. If we ever even just come down a little bit to breathe before the final blast off, I am scooping some up as much as possible. So I'll keep you guys updated with that. Same thing with gold. I see TA, a lot of technical analysts split across the board. Some are saying we're going to go higher highs. Others are saying that we're going to revisit that $1,400 level. So we have to keep in mind, keep in mind all of these possibilities so you can properly, manage and hedge your bet in all these markets. And let's check where XRP is at the end of this video. So we have 57 cents and a half. Love it. And I am also all set to go for the Spark token airdrop that will be taking place tomorrow. Hopefully you guys are ready. Whatever you did, whether you use the Ledger Nanos or you are utilizing a participating exchange like Binance US, Coinbase, not too happy to recommend them, by the way, Kraken, Bitrue, Uphold. There's a lot of participants. So again, do your due diligence if you want to spread it out to be safe. If you want to, put all eggs in one basket, that is completely up to you. There's no right way. There's only your way. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe. Links are in the video description, and I will see you in the next one.